We are just 1 week now, 1 week out from the Fox News debate for the GOP candidates for president. Where does everybody stand? Well, there is a new poll coming out. It's a Quinnipiac poll, and it is showing that Donald Trump is in the lead. We're talking the way lead. He's getting 20% of the vote, followed by Scott Walker, who has 13%, and Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush has 10%. The only two to edge even close. Here's where it gets interesting. Once Trump gets past the primary, the clouds start to circle over his head. He would lose two. Ready? Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, who hasn't even announced yet, and Bernie Sanders in head-to-head matchups. All of them would beat him by a comfortable lead. Let's bring in Bob Cusack. He's editor-in-chief at The Hill, along with Chris Hahn, syndicated radio host and former aide to Senator Chuck Schumer. Gentlemen, there is no denying that Trump is a player. But he's not only a player. He is first in a first string of players here. Bob Cusack, what does this now mean, at least when he pairs off against the GOP candidates?
Well, I certainly he's going to be subject to attack in that debate next week. And I think they're going to attack him with those numbers that, hey, listen, you may be winning the field now, but overall, if you can't beat Hillary Clinton, well, then Republicans shouldn't vote for him. So I think they're going to go after him. I think Jeb Bush is also going to be attacked because he is at the top as well. It's going to be very entertaining, but Donald Trump better have his answer ready of why he's trailing Hillary Clinton so badly.
Well, yeah, we're running out of space on that graphic. Nobody else better announce on the GOP side. Chris, Biden beats Donald Trump, and Biden hasn't even announced. So here comes the question. Will Joe Biden, the current vice president, be emboldened by these polls and say, maybe this is my last shot? Maybe I ought to get in here.
You know, Liz, there's been a lot of talk about Biden. Will he, won't he run? But, he has been very silent on that. And in fact, he has said many times that he's not running for president. The only way I see him getting into the race is if Hillary either takes herself out or has a serious stumble. What we've been seeing from the right attacking Hillary is basically more of the same. So unless it goes further than that, I don't see any reason why Joe Biden would get into the race.
Bob, what about Jeb Bush? Now he's trending third against Donald Trump. Does he need to be a little more vocal? And at that debate that is going to be on Fox News in 1 week, does he need to come out swinging?
I think to some degree he does. He's been very critical of Trump, and their strategy is to make Jeb Bush look like the Jeb Bush team, to make Jeb look like he's the adult in the room, that he's not attacking John McCain. Now, a lot of the headlines recently have been Jeb Bush and Donald Trump. So you can make a very good case that Trump's rise has actually helped Bush because Trump voters are not Jeb Bush voters. Other thing that Jeb Bush is going to be attacked on is immigration reform, as well as his support for Common Core. And they're going to be most of the people on that stage don't support those programs. So both Trump and Jeb could be on the defensive come Thursday night.
We had Hillary Clinton speaking in the last hour, and Chris, she had to answer a few questions. One of them has just popped up recently, where there's some question as to whether she intervened on behalf of UBS, the Swiss banking giant, in a legal case while her husband, Bill Clinton, was taking money from UBS for his foundation. She actually stood there, and whether you give a non-answer an answer, she took questions on it. I think she needs to do more of that.
Oh, yeah. I think always you have to address accusations. But let's be clear here, Liz. This is part 37 of the 5,000-part series conservatives will put about the scandals of the Clintons. And frankly, in politics, people have a general feeling that politicians are in and of themselves corrupt. So unless somebody's going away in chains or there's an actual indictment, it really doesn't matter, because I think to the voter, to the average voter, they think that every politician's washing each other's hands and doing favors for their friends. So I don't know that those kind of accusations matter, and they really only serve to stir up the conservative base.
Well, we're watching this very closely, and of course it's going to get more and more interesting as time goes by. That's American politics for you. Bob Cusack, thank you. He's the Hill editor-in-chief, and Chris Hahn, Democratic strategist and radio host. Good to see you both.